Hi there everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make the 8 petals that make the flower on this card. My thanks goes to Connie Stewart, a Stampin' Up demonstrator who's already done a video on this, but using different designer series papers. This is from the Symbols of Fortune designer series paper from the mini catalogue. You can see the bits of gold is on one side of the paper and then the plain on the other. This is another one done with the Beauty of the Earth designer series paper, and I used my Cinnamon Cider dark blends pen to colour these pieces of the petals and just alternate pieces here to give it a bit of contrast. This time I'm going to be using the Sweet Symmetry 12x12 designer series paper from the annual catalogue on page 133. But a piece of designer series paper with this lovely gold on one side, such as the Simply Elegant 12x12 on the same page, would be really good, and that paper would make a rosette that looks like that. You can see the lovely gold matched with the plain as well. This is a retired designer series paper, that's Pool Party and Petal Pink. Again, there was gold on one side, not gold, I think it's probably champagne on one side, and there's another one, and this is done with a retired Christmas paper, which could be a Christmas card or else just a decorative card of another sort. So this shows you the 4 stages of making this. You need either a 12x4 piece of designer series paper, or you need 1 or 2 6x6 pieces of designer series paper. You might just get the 8 circles out of one piece of 6x6 if you're very careful, but you also need a circle for the base as well to stick the petals on, which you will divide into quarters by a vertical line and a horizontal line. And the best way to do that is to centre the 2x2, the 2-inch circle I should say, on your grid paper on the inch side, and then you can just draw a line with your pencil and ruler, vertical and horizontal. I'll come to that in a moment. So you start off with 8 2-inch circles punched with, sadly our retired though, 2-inch circle punch, but you could use a die as well. We do circle dies, 16 in packs, 8 are scalloped and 8 are plain. One of those would do equally well, the one that's closest to 2 inches. So you start off with 8 of those circles. Then the first step is to fold the circle into quarters. So you take the circle, fold it like that, and then like that, and take your bone folder and burnish the edges, okay? Then you would open up your quarter, and you basically you can see where the lines cross there, and they come, this is an arc here, and then you just, between those 2 points, you fold it down. Now you can either just eyeball it and do it with your fingers, or else you take your ruler. I'll just get my ruler, and if you can see where those 2 lines are, you just put the ruler between the point of the fold there and the point of the fold there, and you just use your finger to do that, and then you do it with the other side as well. You would just put your ruler there and just fold like that, but then you would need to burnish afterwards. So that's the second stage, to get it like that. So you've got your circle, then you've got it folded into corners and burnish it, open it out, pull down one edge from the fold line to the fold line and the other edge, just 2 of them. So you can see here, there are my 2 edges folded down, and then you turn it over, and from the point you take this edge to the centre line and this edge to the centre line, and then burnish it nicely with your bone folder, and then you've got one of the petals like that. You need 8 of these petals, and you need, as I said, 1 piece to draw the line to stick them onto. So I'm just going to show you the process of gluing them to this centerpiece. So there's my centerpiece. Now you can either use Tombow, which gives you a bit of wiggle room, or else you can use your Stampin' Seal. So I'll just use my Stampin' Seal in this instance. And you want to make sure that you cover the circle with your Stampin' Seal. And the excess will go onto your silicone mat, so it won't cause you any problems gluing to other paper and so on. So there's my circle with the Stampin' Seal on top. And then I start taking my pieces. So I've got the same designer series paper. I've got 4 pieces that you can either fold them all the same way, or I've got 4 pieces you can see I folded with the orange showing here. And then I've got 4 pieces that hopefully you can see where I've got the pattern, the pattern showing, which shows us a bit of navy as well. Okay, so 4 pieces like that and 4 pieces like that. So I'm going to take the pieces with the orange showing first, and just get that piece out so that it's straighter. There we go. And just put the point there and have the line here straight down, but don't press it down hard at this point because you may need to make some adjustments. One there to the best of your ability, and one there. So you've got, looks a bit like a Maltese cross actually. You've got the 4 pieces like that making a cross. You could just leave it like that if you wanted to, if you didn't have the glue on those 4 pieces. And then you take the other pieces, and then these are going to go underneath these bits. So, and you want to have relatively even space there. So that's 1. This one again, you just slide underneath and make sure you can slot it in. We can come and adjust that in a moment if we want to. This one you slot in like that. And this one you slot in. Just get it underneath. Just do it lightly. Now there's a little bit more of a gap there. Now if I turn it over, I can see there's a bit of a gap there. I'm just trying to even it out a little bit. That one probably needs to be pushed in a little bit more. And I'm happy with that. And there is your completed rosette. So I've decided to back this onto a Calypso Coral card base and then Night of Navy, because this picks out these little blue flowers. And then I have embossed this with an embossing folder from the annual catalogue, which the embossing folders in the annual catalogue are on page, I'll just find them, bear with me. Now on page 155 of the annual catalogue, and it's this Pretty Flowers embossing folder that I've used, which goes with a lot of flower cards. So I'm going to use my Tombow now, and I'm just going to use it a bit like a pen and just give a gentle squeeze to get a little bit of glue out. You don't need to use that much Tombow. It does have a bit of wiggle room, which is useful. So that's that piece done, and then I'm going to take it and just put, can you see how it shows up on the Night of Navy cardstock? That's all the Tombow that you need to stick it to your card base. It's got, the Tombow has silicone in it, so once you get used to using it, it's absolutely amazing. And there you can see my card base with the 2 layers on it. Now I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put Tombow on this piece here. I suppose I could put it on the petals on the back of them here to make that the whole thing sit flatter. So I'm actually going to do it probably with that one at the top. I can either put it in the centre or I can put it just a little way up. I need to put sentiments on these cards. So there you can see, there's your finished card. And of course, as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I have to really make the most of all the embellishments that I have in my embellishments box. You can see the wonderful choice of embellishments that I have. And obviously I'm going to need a larger one for this one. So I'm just going to look, there is a set, I could either put gold or I could put this lovely blue from the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels, which gives you Night of Navy, Coastal Cabana, I think that's shaded spruce, real red, and then that looks like sort of crushed curry, but a lovely variety of colours. It's quite big. It's not one of the biggest embellishments that we stock, but there you go. You can just see that embellishment in the centre. And then I'm just going to take 2 of the smaller ones, put one up there and one down there. So I've got my 3 embellishments. Then all I need there is possibly a sentiment, or I could just give it as a note card, and then I could put a piece of basic white in there and write my note. So there's the card that I've just done, and these are 2 that I did earlier, that one and then that one. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video today and that you have a chance to have a go at these really fun cards actually. So take care and see you again soon. Bye.